Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Impressive channel. Now, I know 50 Cent is a troll, but tell me why he's now trolling Jay-Z. He actually posted this up-close picture of Jay-Z. He didn't give anybody any warning that he was going to post this. And he said this in his caption. Jay in hibernation. He ain't coming outside till this ish with Puff blow over. No brunch, no lunch, no dinner. LOL. I'm all you got. I'm outside. Now, there is this idea that Jay-Z is hiding because ever since P. Diddy's allegations hit the fan, Jay-Z has limited his public appearances, and he even canceled his parties like the Rock Nation brunch. He canceled the Made in America festival, and he's been kind of staying low-key. Some people feel like he's been hiding behind Beyonce. And there have been a lot of speculation and rumors about Jay-Z's connection to P. Diddy and this whole case that he's dealing with now. Some people feel like Jay-Z might also be implicated in this case with P. Diddy because it was alleged that Diddy had secret recordings of different celebrities and politicians and billionaires. And of course, these people would go to his house and party, and they wouldn't know that they're being caught on camera. This is just what's being alleged. So there is this suspicion that Jay-Z might have had some ties to Diddy, and he and even Beyonce might have been caught up in compromising situations. We don't know this to be true at all. These are just speculations, but I do find it interesting that 50 Cent has kind of been low-key targeting Jay-Z too. Now, we all know that he's been trolling Diddy left and right. 50 obviously doesn't like Diddy, and it's personal with him because Diddy was messing around with his baby mama Daphne, and there could be some other things that happened behind the scenes that really turned 50 off. Because 50 doesn't really troll people relentlessly like this unless they did something to cross him. So 50 has his foot on Diddy's neck. But also, he has been trolling Jay-Z as well. I mean, several weeks ago, he trolled Jay-Z about hiding due to Diddy's legal trouble. He said this in his caption, "Anybody seen Jay? LOL. Puff said the N ain't answering his phone. LOL." Now he's trolling him again by saying he's gone missing. Now, Jay-Z hasn't necessarily been hiding per se, but he definitely hasn't been in the US as of lately. Ever since Diddy's homes were raided, he kind of was outside in Japan. He wasn't really seen in the US like that. Now, Beyonce has actually been in the US. I mean, she's shown up to support Chloe Bailey, so she's not necessarily on the run, but allegedly her husband is. But I did notice after 50 started trolling Jay-Z, Beyonce posted a picture of her and Jay together at Lenny S's birthday party. So I do think this was the Carter's way of responding to 50 and saying, Jay-Z ain't hiding, he's right here. But I don't know. I don't know why 50 decided to troll him. I don't know what his issue is with Jay, but I do find that to be quite interesting. And since I'm on the topic of Jay-Z, I do want to get into this topic. Now, I did see the reporter, the journalist Liz Crokin, do an interview with Jay-Z's alleged illegitimate son, Rymir Satterthwaite. And if you don't know, Rymir Satterthwaite has been alleging that Jay-Z is his father for years. In fact, his mother, Wanda, signed an affidavit years before she passed away saying that she had a relationship with Jay and he potentially could be the father of Rymir. Now, the thing that makes this whole case complicated is she was 16 when she was pregnant with Rymir, and Jay-Z was 22 at the time. So if it is true that Jay-Z is her son's father, that would mean that he had relations with her when she was underage. That's not a good look, and it could be the reason why Jay-Z is not taking the DNA test now. Now, it is important to note that he didn't know that she was 16 at the time. He thought that she was 18, but she was 16 when she got pregnant. And so that kind of makes this whole case very messy. And I don't think he wants the public to even know about this. So he would rather avoid this whole thing altogether just so the story can go away. But Rymir and his godmother Lily are not letting it go away because they're still doing interviews about it and they're still putting pressure on Jay-Z to take that test.
Why do you think that it seemed that Jay-Z via his people were willing to work something out behind the scenes and then all of a sudden that stopped? Why do you think that he is refusing to take a paternity test and stopped, working with you all behind the scenes. What was driving that, in your opinion?
Well, part of it was a rumor that we heard, was told that
Okay.
he didn't like the fact that this particular case was in the public, and he had a
Okay.
problem with Rymir putting it in the public, which was not Rymir, was his mother. So basically, in a nutshell, I just believe that that was a big part of it. He didn't
Okay.
like the fact that it was in public. There was a time that Mr. Carter was trying to resolve the matter in the very beginning, and
Mhm.
he was doing it in the best interest of Rymir. And then
Right.
somewhere he left his heart and started thinking with his head.
Do you think part of it is because Wanda was 16?
Yeah, well, definitely that's the big part of it. The allegations that we have, that the affidavit says that Wanda was 16 and he was 22. That's in Wanda's own words.
Right.
So
And
therefore, yeah, that would be something that would make some people uncomfortable.
right. Well, it's a crime. But for the record, you did tell me that Wanda told you that she did tell Jay-Z that she was of legal age. Is that true?
Right. She did tell me that she told him she was 18 or something, whatever she told him.
Now, Rymir and his godmother, Dr. Lily Colley, have been trying to get this whole DNA test resolved, but they've been dealing with a lot of obstacles in court. Jay-Z's legal team have been making things difficult for them. They've been drawing out this case for years. In fact, there were some threats sent Rymir's way. They were trying to get Rymir to drop this whole paternity suit.
We've been followed.
Yep.
We had to go to the police about several things. There's people, like you said, came onto the property. Some of them knocked on Rymir's window. They wanted Rymir to drop the case. This was early on. There's been a lot of what they call intimidation.
And another weird thing too is Rymir did a DNA ancestry test online, and for some reason his results weren't processed properly. Now, I think he was trying to do what Jay-Z's other alleged child did. If you don't remember, years ago there was a woman named Letitia Macer who came out and claimed that Jay-Z was her father, and she did an ancestry DNA test and it linked her to Jay-Z's family. And it seemed like that situation was handled quietly. However, when Rymir tried to do the same thing, his test results did not come back.
But we use ancestry.com, and that's basically say they didn't give me my paperwork back. Like, I did the swab and spit in it and then get sent it to them. And when I called to try to get my information, basically it was an error, and I never heard of that.
There was an error. They wouldn't give you your paperwork.
Yeah, they want to give me my paperwork from ancestry.com. Now you have people saying use 23andMe, and I just want people to know, like, the courts got my DNA. So if they wanted to test my DNA, for me just to keep spending all this money, these guys can test this, Jay-Z and them, and I'm just the judges. They have everything they need. So obviously I'm not out of the fight, and I won't stop. It's not just about no Jay-Z. I'm not just chasing Jay-Z. That's not what it's about. My mom passed away fighting this case until she was gone. So that's more important to me than anything.
Another interesting tidbit that was revealed during this interview is Beyonce allegedly hindered Jay-Z from resolving this paternity case with Rymir.
You have told me that you believe that Beyonce may have been one of the reasons why there wasn't a resolution.
I do believe that. Like in the very beginning, they didn't have a daughter. And there was seemed like we were understanding there was complications in getting conceived, etc.
Right.
And I felt like that would make some women, and seem like her, she would fit that bill, uncomfortable about him having a fully grown son with a talent.
Right.
So I do believe that she had a problem. If it was true, she would have a problem with the fact that Rymir was in the picture or coming in the picture, because that was a vulnerable time.
Right.
But clearly now, 10 years later, 12 years later, you would think somebody would say, hey, let's just get this out of the way.
So they're kind of alleging that Beyonce may have influenced Jay-Z not to go through with this whole test. I don't know how true that is, honestly, but I do know that Jay-Z is ducking this paternity test. And honestly, he just needs to take it. He just needs to take it. Instead of avoiding it, just get it over with. There's no reason to continue ducking this whole thing. But anyway, tell me what you all think about this video down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you care. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.